Ever wondered why ghosters come back? Well, you're not alone. In the realm of digital dating, ghosting has become an all-too-common phenomenon. It's that baffling behavior where someone you're dating suddenly disappears, only to reappear later as if nothing happened. This video will shed light on this puzzling pattern, exploring the reasons behind this vanishing act and how to navigate these unexpected reappearances. So buckle up as we journey into the mysterious world of ghosting. Let's dive into the reasons why ghosters make a comeback. To understand why ghosters return, we first need to understand who they are and why they ghosted in the first place. Ghosting, for those unfamiliar with the term, is when someone suddenly and without explanation cuts off all communication with another person, often in the context of a romantic relationship. While it can be a bewildering and painful experience for the ghosted, it can also be quite revealing about the ghoster. There are several types of ghosters that we can identify. First, there are those who ghost due to fear of confrontation. These individuals could be dealing with personal insecurities or past traumas that make it difficult for them to face difficult conversations. They might find it easier to disappear than to express their feelings or end a relationship in a more direct and respectful way. Next, we have the commitment phobes. These are the people who ghost because they are not ready for a commitment, or they realize that the relationship is becoming more serious than they intended. They might enjoy the thrill of the chase or the initial phases of a relationship, but when things start to get real, they retreat into the shadows. Then there's another category of ghosters who do so out of sheer lack of interest. Maybe they were initially attracted to you, but over time they realize that the spark isn't there. Instead of having an open and honest conversation about it, they choose to vanish without a trace. It's important to remember, however, that these are not exhaustive categories, and people's reasons for ghosting can be complex and multifaceted. But understanding these types can help provide some clarity and context when you're left in the dark. Now that we have a better understanding of ghosters, let's explore why they might return. Ghosters often reappear for various reasons, some predictable, others not so much. If you've ever been ghosted, then you know how baffling it can be when the ghoster suddenly returns, seemingly from the dead. But why do they do it? Well, the reasons are as varied as the individuals themselves. The first reason could be regret. They may have realized that they made a mistake by disappearing without a word. Maybe they've had a change of heart, realizing the value of what they left behind. Sometimes ghosters return out of sheer loneliness. The quiet can be deafening when you're alone with your thoughts, and they may seek solace in familiar connections. They may have found that the grass wasn't greener on the other side after all, and they're hoping to rekindle what was once lost. A change of heart is another common reason. Perhaps they've had time to reflect and reconsider their actions. Maybe they've grown, matured, or simply realized that they handled things poorly. This change of heart could prompt them to reach out and attempt to make amends. However, it's crucial to remember that the reasons might not always be about the person they ghosted. It could very well be due to the ghoster's personal issues. They may be confronting their emotional baggage, coming to terms with their feelings, or dealing with personal crises. Remember, ghosting is often a reflection of the ghoster's inability to handle difficult conversations or confront their own feelings, rather than a statement about your worth or desirability. So, when they return, it's usually about them, their needs, their regrets, or their issues. In some cases, ghosters return simply because they can. The digital age has made it all too easy to dip in and out of people's lives with little to no consequence. They may see no harm in trying to pick up where they left off, oblivious to the emotional turmoil they've caused. So, they've reappeared. Now what? Well, that's a question only you can answer. But remember, understanding their motivations can provide clarity and help you decide the best course of action for you. Dealing with a returning ghoster can be tricky, but it's not impossible. The key is to approach the situation with a clear mind and a strong sense of self-worth. Firstly, it's crucial to maintain control of the situation. You might feel thrown off balance when a ghoster reappears, especially if their departure was abrupt and without explanation. But remember, you're not obliged to respond immediately or at all. Take your time to process their return, evaluate your feelings, and decide on the best course of action for you. Next, setting boundaries is essential. If you choose to re-engage with a ghoster, make it clear what you expect from them moving forward. This could be as simple as requesting regular communication or as complex as defining the nature of your relationship. The important thing is to communicate your needs clearly and assertively. Now, seeking closure is another option to consider. If the ghoster's disappearance left you with unanswered questions or lingering feelings, you might want to use their return as an opportunity to gain closure. Engage in a conversation about what happened, but only if you feel comfortable doing so. However, it's essential to remember that not everyone will be open or willing to provide the closure you seek. In such cases, it might be more beneficial to seek closure within yourself by accepting the situation and moving forward. Most importantly, don't let past ghosting experiences affect your self-esteem. It's easy to internalize such events and view them as a reflection of your worth, but remember, someone else's inability to communicate effectively doesn't define you. So whether you decide to give the ghoster a second chance or choose to move on, make sure it's a decision that respects and values your well-being above all else. You deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and consistency, and you shouldn't settle for anything less. Remember, it's your decision whether to let a ghoster back into your life. Ghosting can be hurtful, but understanding why ghosters come back can help in dealing with the situation. We've explored the mindset of ghosters, the reasons they might return, and how to effectively handle their reemergence. Remember, understanding is the key to managing these tricky situations. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.